Imagine a paradise where the ground doesn't just shake, it screams, unleashing a cascade of volcanic fury and seismic chaos that threatens to swallow an entire state whole. You are thrust into Ring of Fire Hawaii, a disaster thriller where the beauty of the islands is stripped away to reveal the raw, terrifying power of nature, leaving survivors to navigate a landscape of lava flows, ash clouds, and crumbling infrastructure. But when you discover that surviving this cataclysm isn't about outrunning the magma, but about outthinking the panic and coordinating a rescue in the face of total communication breakdown, you realize that hope isn't given, it's forged through grit, ingenuity, and superior tactics. Welcome to Ring of Fire Hawaii, the pulse-pounding, atmospheric, and deeply strategic installment in Bobby Akart's disaster thriller series. If you love natural disaster tropes, realistic survivalism, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated thrill of watching protagonists navigate a hostile environment through grit, ingenuity, and superior tactics, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in speculative fiction, blending the visceral crunch of tactical survival with the profound weight of human resilience. The narrative kicks off with our protagonist's realization that the tremors are not stopping, thrusting them into a race against time to secure their family before the island's infrastructure collapses under the weight of the eruption. The atmosphere is thick with the scent of sulfur and burning vegetation, the static of dying radios, and the creeping dread of knowing that every decision could branch into a timeline where they are trapped in the flow. Akart excels at capturing the psychological toll of isolation, making every tactical maneuver, every resource allocation, and every narrow escape feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of failure is not just death, but the loss of one's soul to the void. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular survivor-hero trope and the brilliant asymmetric warfare dynamic. This isn't just about shooting raiders, it's about understanding the complex ecology of a collapsing society, managing limited resources, and using human ingenuity to outsmart enemies who rely on brute force and superior numbers. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer enemy strategies, craft overpowered gear from rare drops, and completely shock arrogant elites with unconventional, trap-heavy tactics is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat and the satisfying chiming ding of a massive level up to life, making every milestone feel like a hard-earned victory. But beyond the stats and the slaughter, the soul of this series lies in its characters and the heavy burden of memory. The protagonist isn't just a cold, calculating gamer. They are a deeply human individual struggling to maintain their humanity in a system that views them as data. They quickly form bonds with a beautifully dysfunctional found family of fellow survivors who help them navigate the treacherous waters of the new social order. The banter is razor-sharp, providing much-needed levity as their squad watches them casually calculate the damage output of a coordinated strike. Their unbreakable trust provides the emotional grounding needed when the world starts throwing literal world-ending threats their way. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A major horde or a rival faction's assault forces the protagonist to push their abilities to their absolute limits. The finale is a spectacular display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming magical firepower, and raw, unbridled ingenuity. The protagonist doesn't just survive the assault, they completely shatter the local power scaling, using a ridiculous, highly technical combination of skills and crafting to turn the enemy's ultimate attack into a mere stepping stone. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive, dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous class in the system isn't the one with the biggest sword, it's the one who understands the rules better than anyone else. Ring of Fire Hawaii is a triumph of the LitRPG and fantasy genres. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically addictive. Bobby Akart has crafted a debut that perfectly captures the thrill of breaking the apocalypse with a stat sheet and a strategy guide. Plug in your headphones, check your stats, and join the climber. The system is live, but his future is bright.